Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Warzone Jones coming right back at you, pro wrestling related topic video, and I'm doing another video where the theme is one got to go. One got to go out of these four Samoan wrestlers, and those Samoan wrestlers are The Rock, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Rikishi. The Rock, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Rikishi. Now, there have been definitely a whole lot of Samoan wrestlers. There's been so many Samoan pro wrestlers down through the years, like we can't even count them all. Then again, maybe you can, but I know I can't. But there's definitely been a whole lot. You know, people wrestle like the Tonga Kid, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, rest in peace, by the way. The Rock's grandfather, Peter Maivia. And no, just a whole lot. You know, you got the Usos today and Nia Jax. There's been so many successful Samoan wrestlers. So, we're going to talk about these four Samoan wrestlers. Which one would you pick to go? Which one you had to pick? If they never exist, which one would you pick? So, let's start off talking about The Rock. The Rock, the great one. The guy who definitely accomplished the most out of all four of these guys. He probably has the safest pick with me. But The Rock definitely achieved a whole lot. He was in the business for about, I believe, like in the WWE for at least like 7 years, and became multi-time world champion, a huge main eventer, of a big-time superstar, both in wrestling and outside of wrestling. Really the only guy to ever actually do it. Like, there is no one else in the history of the wrestling business to have like success in both wrestling and outside of wrestling. He's a big-time movie star. Very, very successful. He's made a whole lot of money doing those movies. So no matter what we want to say about The Rock being a sellout or whatever, if you feel that way, I definitely don't feel that way. The Rock is definitely successful and one of the greatest of all time. If you get rid of this guy, you get rid of his feuds with people like Stone Cold, his feuds with Triple H and Chris Jericho, no John Cena. You're getting rid of these great feuds. You're going to be getting rid of all his cool catchphrases. I don't think there's any wrestler since The Rock that has really had multiple cool catchphrases, like, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, I'll lay the smack down on your candy ass, I'll whoop your Rudy Poo candy ass. You know, like, no one talked like The Rock. The man was unique and he just embodied charisma. He always came across cool. Definitely. So if you get rid of this guy, you're going to be getting rid of all of that stuff and a whole lot more. Let's talk about next. I want to talk about Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe. And man, Samoa Joe, when I first saw Samoa Joe, my first thought on Samoa Joe was that he was like the TNA's version of Rikishi. And when I found out, as I kept watching, I'm like, no, he's definitely nothing like Rikishi, man. He's fat and Samoa like Rikishi, but no, he was way, way, way different than Rikishi. He was a beast. Samoa Joe, to me, was this, you knew when Samoa Joe came out, and when he comes out, you knew somebody was going to get their ass whooped, and you knew you was going to get a good wrestling performance. Samoa Joe definitely was one of the better wrestlers. Still, let me rephrase that. Is one of the better wrestlers that I've ever seen in the wrestling business today. I truly feel that way, and if you get rid of Samoa Joe, you're going to be getting rid of all his matches with guys like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Kurt Angle. Immediately when Kurt Angle came to TNA, everybody wanted to see Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe go at it. Why? Because they knew that these guys were going to put on a great match. Samoa Joe is an amazing wrestler. And also, if you get rid of Samoa Joe, you're going to be getting rid of his WWE run. You know, he was the NXT champion also as well. Let's talk about Rikishi. Rikishi, man, like, he has had, you know, Intercontinental Championships. I believe he also had Tag Team Championships also as well. Rikishi, man, if you get rid of Rikishi, you're going to be getting rid of things like Too Cool, man. Too Cool, I remember back in the Attitude Era. They were a big part of the Attitude Era. No, they were never the main event. Rikishi was never in the main event when he was with Too Cool, or even outside when he was with Too Cool. But Rikishi was definitely one of the more entertaining wrestlers throughout the Attitude Era. I definitely wanted Rikishi on my TV. Like, I didn't want to see him go at all. So if you get rid of Rikishi, you're going to get rid of things like the Stink Face, for example. And, you know, he was also the guy who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin. So if you get rid of him, you're going to be getting rid of that part where he's like, I did it for The Rock. Anyone who's seen that, you know what I'm talking about. Let's talk about Roman Reigns, a guy who I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't mind getting rid of. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't mind getting rid of Roman Reigns because they hate the guy. Roman Reigns is probably the second, I would say, probably accomplished guy. I say that because he's won the title. He's won the WWE Championship at least 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. So he is a multi-time WWE champion. But a lot of people hate this guy. A lot of people say that he's not ready. So if you get rid of him, you're going to be getting rid of his run in the Shield. You'll probably be getting rid of the Shield altogether, period. So if Roman Reigns isn't there, you're probably not going to get the Shield. And let's be honest here, the Shield was great. It was amazing. Back then, people didn't have a problem with Roman Reigns. That's because we didn't notice anything bad about him just yet. So he was able to really hide it with the Shield. So if you get rid of Roman Reigns, you're going to be getting rid of some of his great matches that he had with AJ Styles. He had a great match with AJ Styles. I really thought that was a pretty damn good match. You're going to be getting rid of that, his Royal Rumble victory. But again, I know a lot of people probably definitely won't mind. But if I had to pick, because this is my pick that I'm doing, if I had to pick which guy I'm going to get rid of, definitely, it's going to have to be Roman Reigns. And this one was definitely kind of easy because, hell, Roman Reigns is definitely, he, in a way, overrated because they pushing him to the extent like he's ready. He's not ready. He's not ready to be the face of the company. They're literally trying to push this guy to be that. And no matter how many times people boo him, no matter how many times people cancel their network because of something that he accomplished, he's just not ready. And I'm just not as much of a fan of Roman Reigns as I am the other guys. Definitely like The Rock and Samoa Joe. I'm just not as much of a fan of him. I'm not even as entertained by him as I was with like Rikishi and some of the stuff that he did with Too Cool. So I don't hate Roman Reigns. I do see a guy who has potential to get better and can quite possibly be good one day. He just don't have the mic skills. That's the problem. Reigns just doesn't have the mic skills and he screws up too much. And this isn't me trying to just bash the guy because I don't want to do a video like that about Roman Reigns because I don't hate the guy. But he just doesn't have the mic skills and he's not ready. So that's all I'm just going to leave that with. Roman Reigns is the guy who I'm picking to go. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. This is What's Up Jones. I'm out. Cheers.